Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Dawn, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button.
Welcome to the morning show. And it's a little late because Dawn found that we had a flare out. Because we're connected very crazily in this studio.
Very tenuously. We've got things wired that shouldn't be wired.
She's all over the floor and she's looking for plugs. She looks like the mole. So I just hit that switch and I said, look, it's working.
I had to call you in for that very important conversation.
Yes,
you were
I was
having.
in a very important meeting.
I know, I heard that meeting. It was about
my son.
I know. The Jets. He's out.
3 months ago, I told him what was going to happen. And he says, I hate you. Why would you wish that? I didn't wish it on anybody. You're 40 years old.
38.
40 years old. She has a birthday coming up. He's going to be 40. And what do you think? You get touched, you're going to get hurt. And they get all this hoopla. And then the line in front of him, you would think you would put money into that. Leaky as leaky can be. I said to him,
You have a little faith, but they're going to come back. They're going to do it. They're going to do it for New York. They're going to do it for all the fans. They're going to do it and say, just because we can. From my mouth to God's ear. See the angel up there?
You see that? I'll be watching from up there. Because they ain't coming back in my lifetime.
Yes, they will. You'll see. You'll be surprised. Maybe not against Dallas. Maybe against Kansas City.
There's a formula. And it's funny because it's been bothering me all day yesterday. So I went in there and talked. I think it was Josh and some of the guys. And I asked them about the philosophy of what they got to do now. And I read this morning the same philosophy. They got to change it up so that this kid is comfortable. In my opinion, the kid is a bust.
That's not nice.
I'm sorry.
It's really not nice.
I'm sorry.
You should be more kinder to people.
You know, God should be kinder to me and say, you know, I'm going to give you 1 year. 1 year.
I got to tell you, it's been pretty good because we've got a lot of musical opportunities happening here. We're going to be moving things around in this studio to bring in sound engineers, which I think is pretty exciting.
And Media Productions in collaboration with...
We'll call it Jelly Productions.
Jelly
I don't know.
Productions.
Why not?
Why not? I don't know why his production company is called.
But we're going to find out.
We should find out. We're going to actually be offering production at a high intense level that goes with our video production. We're going to change the beat, as they say, so that it sounds as good as it looks.
It's going to be fantastic.
I'm excited about that.
So we're going to put music in. We're going to put the soundboard in here. We're going to record it out there, and they're going to mix it from in here, so they hear it differently. And then we do the video production, and then do the post edit, because Andrew did an amazing job on the post edit.
Amazing. Even Jelly said, "Wow, this is amazing." But he wants to elevate. You know, the funny thing about artists is that they always say that they want things to look a certain way or sound a certain way, or artists around us, and he's no different. Why'd you turn off that TV?
Here's the thing. You want to hear a rundown of what happened?
No. Where's the wire to it?
It's underneath the girl's chair because I took out...
I know, but you didn't plug it in the wall?
No, but we can. And we can actually take the green extension cord and plug it back in.
No, that's later.
In.
Curly, there's a
all the wire, everything on the floor, they just need to be plugged back in.
The wall?
There's a lot of plugs. They just need to be plugged back in.
No, we only need.
But she doesn't know which one.
It's the one that's in the wall.
They're all on the wall.
Okay.
They're all on the floor.
Try one. How many plugs you got? 3?
3,
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, so put 3 and try 3 wires.
Anyway, what's today? Wednesday. We got a lot going on today. Jesus Christ Superstar is going to be replaying for the 50th anniversary at Movies of Delray. Doors open at 6 o'clock. 7 o'clock the movie starts. And the star who played Jesus Christ 50 years ago, Tim Neely, is going to be there for a live Q&A and celebrating his 80th birthday. So we're going to call Rochelle and see about going in there. Tickets are $20 in advance, $25 at the door. So you can go onto the Movies of Delray site, get your tickets, meet Tim Neely, and see Jesus Christ Superstar. For how many times have you seen it?
Me? About 7.
I've never seen it.
But I seen different versions. The one tonight that was on the banner, I shared out the banner. That's the original. That one I watched. That's with Weber and all them guys.
Never seen it. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Best flick I saw in the day was that movie. Was the best. And I'm trying to get over there. We'll see how this works out.
So we'll see what happens. But check it out if you're interested. You know, I'm in this new philosophy of life that if there's an opportunity, you should take it. Because you never know when you're going to have that opportunity again. Now, it doesn't mean do I need to go to Publix today or tomorrow because Publix will be there. It means that if I have an opportunity to meet a movie star who starred in an original classic movie while he's turning 80, I may not get that opportunity again, so carpe diem.
You guys know the movie Scarface? You know who Manolo was in the movie? Black hair gentleman that was partners with him, with Al Pacino, and then Pacino shoots him because he thought he was dating his sister, and they got married, and Pacino had this love affair for his sister. His name was Manolo. Black hair gentleman, tall. He's been in a ton of movies. If you saw Scarface, you
Is his
remember?
name really Manolo?
No, he played the role
Oh, okay.
Manolo. I don't remember his name.
Oh, that guy.
The guy that was his partner, and Pacino shot him at the end of the movie. That guy was in studio here, and he was in the back, and we were talking about the movie and working with Pacino because I had a very small dose of that, and we were talking about how when he made that movie, and he became a somebody, people forget him, and people forgot.
Wow.
On the
Look
left.
how young they are. Holy cow.
And people forgot about him. He says, Freddie, look at my phone. I got no friends. He says, can I put you in my phone?
Look how
So I
young
said,
they
yes.
are.
So I say here, and he says, you know, California, he's moving back to Florida. He says, California isolates you. And I look at Kendra and some of the things that she's going through. It isolates you because it's doggy eat doggy world.
And everyone thinks everyone's your friend.
They're only there to use you and then abuse you. Goodbye.
Speaking of which, anyone see MTV
Oh
Awards
my
last
God.
night?
Oh my God.
And Sync came back together, but they didn't sing.
No, forget that. What was the story of the night?
Taylor Swift, of course.
Holy smoke, the body of work that she put together. I didn't even know. She either produced it, did it, or sang
I think she came away with 8 VMAs.
9.
9?
9.
She and Beyonce.
9. And I gotta tell you, I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan.
I
She
know
has,
you're not.
she has a film coming out. Secret. Get your tickets. They're selling them at advance at the Movies of Delray. 4 days. And that movie, they don't want anything else being shown
He's having fun back
at the
there.
Movies of Delray because of this notoriety. And now with these 9, come on, you gotta tip your hat. That's some body of work.
I guess Taylor was sitting next to my girl.
Who's that?
That's Ice Spice.
I heard she won also.
What the hell did she win? If Ice Spice won, you know that organization's terrible.
Look, I heard, and I didn't know who Ice Spice was. I think Ice Spice won something yesterday.
She won funniest looking woman of the night.
And I thought she was like a new Spice Girl. So I'm like, who's this? Ice Spice? Like, is that one of the Spice Girls' daughters? Like, I have no clue who Ice Spice
Who's
is.
Ice Spice?
Apparently, Josh's girl. Let's look
Josh,
up.
you
She's
know
a
her?
rapper.
I don't know if I can show a photo of her, but we'll keep talking about Taylor Swift.
Well, Taylor Swift did some amazing body of work, and I didn't know that she kept going up there. She was running out of things to say.
She won Best Music Video. She won, and then I guess they ran out of time. It was supposed to be over at 11. At midnight, it was still going.
Yeah, here's your most overrated artist in the world. Lapa.
I don't think she's overrated at all. I really don't.
Do you think anyone, you think about everyone in the music industry, should get 9 Moon Men?
Why not?
Moon Men?
If that was you, what am I supposed to say? You're overrated. You're this. Why? That's
But
being a
why?
hater.
But why Nine Moon Men? Is she that much better than all the other music that came out this year?
She was voted #1 among the
By
public.
fans, right?
Yeah.
Because it was voted by the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not.
It's not the Academy.
It was voted by the fans,
Yeah.
But even the Academy, you can't trust either.
Well, that's
Music's music.
that's a discussion for another day. What I'm just saying is, let's give credit where credit is due.
but 9.
She should have had 10. There wasn't another nomination for her.
She and Beyonce 9. Then all at the end, I guess after midnight, they ran out of time. So everyone else who was there to win awards, even some of Taylor Swift's, I think, ended up being X'd out because there's no more tweeting, right?
okay.
So now
The-
they're all on an X.
but-
They've been X'd out.
But the object of the game, she won it. I remember when I was in junior high
You
school.
don't even like her.
It has nothing to do with liking her. She was voted by everybody else to
For
be.
9.
I don't like Barbie either, and that's $1 billion movie.
I know.
Billion with a B, which is big.
Women empowerment, I got to tell you.
Whatever you want to relate it to, B is B. You gotta, it's big. You gotta tip your hat and
So-
say, congratulations. I don't hold anything against anybody that's successful. Now look at Grace and Curly. Yesterday they did something that nobody in this building, including you and moi,
Truth.
have done.
Never
I
even
have
thought
never
about
done that
it.
in 18 years. 19 years I've
Never
never done
even
what she
thought
did.
about it. I know. And they did it.
If I had a moon thing to give her, I'd give her the moon
And everything
too.
we asked this lady, she's like, okay, that sounds lovely. What?
The bottom line
That's
is
how you
if
know we're in a
you
rough business. When you talk to somebody else and they're in customer service, sure, we can do that. That would be lovely.
Listen, Tony Wilson is going to be performing with us on October 12th at 7:30 or 7 o'clock down at the Savoy. And get your tickets, amp2.tv, events with an S, amp2.tv. Get your tickets because the man is incredible. But Tony Wilson is a somebody. Tony's been all over the world, right? He was trained by the original James Brown. He's been with Michael Jackson. He's been with the brothers. The family knows him.
Lionel Richie. Yeah, they all know him.
They know him. They're friends. They love him. Yada, yada, yada. I don't want to take nothing away from Tony. That Tony wants to work with us?
I'm thinking
Come
Tony
on
doesn't
now.
sleep. He was texting us at 1:30, and then I texted him at 6:30, and he was up.
Yeah, he's an all-nighter. And he's boom, boom, bat, boom, boom, ba, da,
I
ba.
don't know how he does it. I got to tell you.
But the
90
bottom
minutes
line
ago.
is, do we take anything away from Tony's achievements?
No.
Do we take anything away from anybody?
Absolutely not. It's
Hot
all
Wheels,
all
Hot
hard work.
Wheels did her first production by herself. Music, editing, the whole nine, and dictated how she wanted the set to go.
Oh, speaking of which, the new executive director is going to come in, and you're going to go shoot commercial.
Okay, when?
That's what I'm waiting to find out. They're going to come in, we're going to talk. I'm going to send a camera crew with you, and then you'll do the edit.
But isn't that an accomplishment? You know, isn't that something Taylor Swift does?
I'm not trying to like bash on her. I just think.
You don't think
for
she deserves it?
all the awards that she got?
Yeah.
If it's fair.
Yeah, I guess.
You know,
it's
it's-
fan vote.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Fan
really strange. Let me tell you, it's really strange.
I'm not trying to bash her, but she's overrated.
I'm not just trying to bash her, but let me clean my hammer.
I like this one. It's the double hand in the pocket.
Yeah, because I didn't know what it was.
Here,
This,
real
this.
quick, this is my girlfriend, by the way. This is Ice Spice.
That's her name.
Oh.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
yeah,
that.
Man, there's a lot of curves on that highway. I like the spice. That's a
I
spicy,
really need a
spicy
buzzer.
meatball. Spicy meatball.
Grace is dying.
So
That's a
yesterday,
TikTok.
The first pitch.
that's a TikTok. Now yesterday, this gentleman was here yesterday. What's that name?
Andrea Garofalo.
Andrea Garofalo, right? So he's here, and I'm talking to Andrea, and I'm talking to him about the classical, beautiful job he did with pop to
Opera.
opera, and the good job in Yanni. We're talking some business about the future and what have you. And do you know when the thing was said and done, I shook his hand, you would think he would walk out the door and say, I'll talk to you soon? Oh, Josh. And he had this conversation with Josh. Now, the funny thing is that I have a habit. I'm an animal of habit that watches what other people do in our studio. And they all migrate to Josh.
Yes.
And Josh is like Moses.
No,
The
don't,
beard.
please don't.
And the staff,
Yes.
and he separates the oceans.
Yes.
Because no matter what you and I say,
It's up to Josh.
gotta talk to Josh.
Yes.
JC Dreesen, Thursday nights, check it out, 7:30, great show.
Josh.
We'll not go on the air unless Josh is here,
Josh.
right?
Yep.
The doctor does a film. Great work. Body of work was good. Great. Nice. Everybody says, wow. CC says, oh my God, I gotta get some of this Josh. Right? So Josh now becomes a thing. So if there was an award
He's
to
like
give
an out.
somebody in here, would you vote we should give it to
Did you
Josh?
see the TikTok they did? The studio doesn't run without Josh.
Yeah.
Well, the bottom line, Josh, you're no different than Taylor Swift, except in a smaller sample. Think about that. Think about it. You ladies did something that we've never done before. Is that an award? Absolutely. He does it every day. Is that an award? What she did, is that an award?
Of course.
Just the unity of
Like I
keeping
tell
this
you,
place
everyone gets a
together.
trophy.
That Zorro does. No, not everybody gets a trophy.
Wait.
No, not everybody gets a trophy.
Zari moved the couch yesterday. Award winning? How'd that couch get there?
It was her idea, though.
Oh, okay.
The production was amazing.
I walked out of our office in the back, and everyone was gone. There was Zari and G-Man.
And well, they were glowing to see what we were going to do with the set, what we were going to keep it moving, whatever. They said we were going to talk to Josh today. What you got, Gracie? What are we going to say?
Do you guys watch The Office?
Yes.
Like the Dundee Awards?
Yes.
We should do like Amp Dundies.
We talked about doing that for, was it Christmas?
The Ampies!
We did it last
The
Christmas.
Ampies? We did it, we kind of did it Christmas, but we didn't really do it.
We need a new host for it.
Who's the host?
Was it bad?
Was it Josh?
No.
Who is the host?
It was a small blonde lady.
Oh, Alana?
No, Katie.
No.
Yeah,
We
did
should do the Katie Awards.
the Ampies.
The Ampies said we should do
The
that.
Ampies, all right, let's do it.
But it's funny because you look at every day what we go through, and every day is another page in the book.
Yeah.
Yesterday was different than the day before.
Today,
was
me on the
different.
floor with the wires is a whole nother page.
By the way, I got pictures. I had to get your permission to publish
Yeah,
them.
I know. I was trying not to scream and have like a moment.
But I told you, just be patient. There has to be a logical beep reason. But I didn't expect that to be plugged into that. It makes no
I
sense.
didn't either.
But everything, and everybody has their spectrum of growth. You know, some people in here, like Zorro, is a unifier. She gets people unified. You saw with the music, and they started to sing and everything else. And anything good always happens in a positive attitude.
I have to tell you, he's not a Disney person, right? But the fact
At
that
all.
Disney music unifies you, he can't say boo because
can't.
it's about unifying and meeting people where they're at. And if that's what brings you forward with a work product,
Then I'm all in.
then play Disney music all day long. I mean,
Come
whatever
on.
it takes to bring people together, that's what it's about.
I'm all in. And it's funny because now they're here, and there are outsiders that come in here, and sometimes I can't get them to move to let the new people that are coming in here to come. So now we're doing meetings in the front, we're doing meetings in the back, we're doing meetings in here because, I mean, it's what we want. We don't want it to stop. But you sort of have to accommodate people's time and space. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, some of you are going to start handling meetings as well, because how many can two people do? And there's 4 in the house. How do you? It's funny. I like the way you go, I'll be right back. And then you go over there, I'll be right back. And you go over there, oh, I'll be right back. I says, when are you coming back here?
And then I went and ran an errand and came right back. But wasn't that effective? I walked out of here. I heard something here that they needed. I took the screw out of the ramp, ran an errand, came
Did
back,
you hear about
gave
this?
G-Man the screw, texted you and Josh to come in here and finish the meeting, and then went to the back. I was back in 15
So
minutes.
did you hear about this?
So I walked outside, and the ramp, there's a screw that's kind of been loose.
It's about this loose. It's been like that. I've been covering it, no problem.
But it was
Moving
this
on.
loose when I walked
Moving
out
on.
yesterday.
Moving on.
And I had visions of this one tripping, walking out, which would be horrific. I mean, if anyone tripped, it would be bad. If this one falls, it would be terrible. So I pull the whole screw out. I put the mat over the floor, and I do what I do. I come back in and I give G-Man the screw. He comes back and he fixes the whole thing.
Him and Josh put it
Me
together.
and Josh fixed the whole
Yeah.
thing. But I could not take a chance of anyone tripping, especially you, because that would just be catastrophic for anybody. And now the guy next door is back. See?
Well, I don't need him for that.
They
I need him for
you
the
don't-
table he said he's supposed to fix.
I got to talk to him.
That's the next
100 degrees
project we're
outside.
going to take apart. and put a tube on there, and the table will be fine.
A new table.
Yeah.
Yep. Things to do.
Yeah, but it's really simple. There's a solution to every problem.
Always.
Sometimes it's not the solution you want, but sometimes it is.
And I have to tell you, tomorrow we're going to the leadership event. So,
Do you guys even know what that is? But you're going.
Yeah.
But you don't know what it is.
No, you told me I have to go. I'm already going to be here tomorrow morning, so be here at 8:30.
I'm going to
Well-
give you guys the address. You're going to meet us there.
It's a great event because it's going to offer you a difference of opinion on what leadership means. So, you know, you went to school for 4 years, right?
3, but yeah.
For 3 years, okay. You went for a reason. Half of it is because they told you to, but the other half was because you wanted to.
Yeah.
And you want to be successful in life. And you always sit back and you watch others that are successful and you say to yourself, okay, if I could take that formula and put it to myself, maybe I too can be successful. By successful, I mean people that are what I call somebodies. This class, this gentleman
Although I
who's been
have to
doing it
tell
for a
you-
long time is successful.
Everyone is a somebody.
Yes, but then there's somebody and then there's the
Famous.
somebody.
There's somebodies and then there's famous.
Well, you wanna
I think
be-
everybody is a somebody.
But you want to, yes, okay, that's the, everybody gets a trophy. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you want to make a mark so that people and you can make business because your philosophy works and people drink the Kool-Aid. Simple. So tomorrow you're going to be drinking the Kool-Aid on a formula that hopefully rings a bell. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed. Everything that they show you might not make any sense to you or you disagree. Happens. But we went, the last few months we've been going to these things.
It's been about a year already.
And we have found it to be so truthful as to the philosophies of youths that come into the building, the people that are here, and the people that are going to be here tomorrow. And if you're able to think three-dimensionally, you'll be able to understand what that whole thing is about. So hopefully tomorrow we'll
So
give you
anyway,
this
they were
insight.
so grateful. I emailed them and they said yes.
We
More
did?
the merrier, pretty much.
Pretty good. So this is going to be family eating at the table. I mean, we are the Brooklyn Cafe. We all are family, and we're going to take care of one another. And you're going to meet a lot of people, and you're going to learn a lot. You're going to get fed. You're going to get taught. You're going to look.
Are we wearing our shirts tomorrow?
It's up to you. You don't have to.
We can go in there.
Although-
we can go in there like a baseball team.
You certainly can.
If you feel, if as a group you guys feel that that's good for you, I'm going to be wearing my AMP color. Maybe I wear my shirt tomorrow. If you guys wear your shirt, I'll wear mine. How's that? You don't have one.
I
Oh,
got
yeah, you
3.
do. So if we wear it, you will wear it.
Okay.
Okay. Put on jeans or something. Let it loose, Mother Goose.
All right, I got 2 things.
Okay.
Well, first, this is how Abraham and I felt yesterday doing the little thing, by the way. But besides that, we have a song association
That's so
song
fun.
association game.
Okay.
If y'all want to play.
Let's do it.
What is Song Association?
It's a game Grace put together.
So you're gonna get a word, and then you have 10 seconds to come up with a song that has that word, and you have to sing the song that has the word. But I'll let you all in a little hint, since this is the first time playing. All the words are relevant to what's going on in the cafe.
Well, I'm going to let you know I don't know words to songs, and I don't know songs, but I know songs, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
The first
So-
word is you.
So you have to come up with a word, a song that has the word you.
You are so beautiful to me.
Do we have to sing it?
Yep. So that would be Point Freddy.
You light up my life. You give me hope.
Wow.
Carry on.
So it's a race. You guys have to try to
Oh,
find
who
a
gets it
song
first? Oh, okay. We're not being polite on this? Okay.
You ready for the
Let's
next
go.
one? All right, 3, 2, down.
I am woman, hear me roar.
Point Dawn.
Boom.
What was the word? Woman?
Woman.
Woman.
You got one?
You
Woman.
got
So
the
it's
one?
tied.
What's
one by
the-
John Lennon. You know what?
Yeah. No, not John Lennon. Oh, you see, you threw away my thought, man. Don't talk to me. What is the name of the guy that says, you know what, next?
Okay.
It'll come to me.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Come on.
Go ahead,
you.
go ahead. Go ahead,
Good.
go ahead.
Love.
Yeah. That's the word.
L is for the way you look at me.
Keep going.
Oh.
Means
is
you're the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that I adore and love. Is all that I could give to you.
Hell with the game. I'd rather just do this. I like this better.
Done 231.
Was that crickets? Love is in the air.
Good.
La 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 la.
Everywhere
Alright,
I
ready?
look around.
3, 2, 1.
Wow.
I saw this too. I didn't know what you guys gonna come up with.
Hmm.
I
At
don't
least
know.
You guys know
Again, when
what?
they go,
I
people
thought-
leave
Oh.
that done along. Is there the word wall in there?
Isn't Pink Floyd have a song called
Yeah.
The Wall? What's
I
it
don't know how
called?
it goes though.
I don't know the song.
Yeah.
You know it?
The Little John one.
Do you know it? Anybody know it?
I know one by Pink Floyd.
You know it? Sing it.
All I know is another brick in the wall. That's the only line I know in the whole song.
It's more than me.
Yeah, that's good. We'll take it.
I'm taking another brick in the
Another
wall.
brick in
Another
the
brick
wall?
hits my head.
Point Elisa.
Alright, 3, 2,
I can't
1.
know.
Ba-ba.
Name.
My name is.
Yeah.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
So on America's Got
Like,
So on America's Got Talent, there was a girl that sang that song. She's the one that popularized the ukulele again.
Sing it
When
again.
had
Sing
its
the song.
Renaissance.
Sing it.
Renaissance.
Sing it.
I don't know my name.
Yeah.
I don't play by the rules of the game. So they say.
I could do this. Let
That's a
them
Billie
sing.
Eilish song.
No. What is her name?
It's
It's
Grace
Grace
something.
Vanderwall or something.
Yeah.
Wonder if that was a remake. That song. I'm thinking it was a remake. Anyway, I don't know that. I don't know that, but I've heard that before.
you want to do one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last one. 3, 2, 1.
Moon. Fly me to the moon.
Fly me to the moon, my friend.
Play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on
Jupiter and Mars. In other words,
Hold my hand.
we got the tree over here.
Kiss me, baby. Zorro actually played a flick from TikTok where that young man says Sinatra didn't like. Was it that
It
song?
was, no.
It was another song, right?
I think it was My Way.
My Way, yes. Is that true that Sinatra never liked that
I
song?
have no idea. I sent it to you because the guy was singing Sinatra.
I know, and I
Last night?
sent it to you. Did you see it? Can you open TikTok or still not yet?
TikTok does
that's
not
on
let me in.
Instagram.
That was Instagram. It tells me it doesn't have my phone number. It doesn't like
put
my
it in.
anything. I try it. TikTok doesn't want me to go in.
That's because you are notorious.
Oh, God.
That's what I'm telling you. We're gonna try and get back in. What else you got? That was good.
That was good.
All of the words were like common or like popular songs from the artists that are coming up.
All that is true. And when is this? When are the artists coming up? Starting when?
Starting October 7th, we've got VIP access to Pink Floyd The Wall on your red carpet interviews on October 7th at the K Auditorium at FAU. October 12th, we've got the Bee Gees Jive Talkin' with Willie Cintron at 7 o'clock. And then at 8 o'clock, I'm sorry, Willie Cintron's at 6.
6.
And then at 8 o'clock, we've got Tony Wilson as young James Brown. You can get those tickets at events.amp2.tv. On October 19th, we've got Johnny T and Friends, then Frank and Dean and Friends that evening for a second dose
It's
of
at
Johnny
2
T.
and at 7:30.
And then November 10th, we've got J.C. Dreesen.
Who's doing very well with the veterans. A lot of veterans are stepping forward. Tickets are moving on JC really quickly. Now, on the 17th, so we can highlight this thing, you, as a sponsor, you get a VIP ticket, you get interview,
That's
and your
the
interview
17th. The 7th?
the 7th. And you're going to be interviewed on radio as well. We're going to actually try to do some live coverage from the radio station if the facility will allow us to do that, which we still don't even know. So we have to call Kim on that today. But that was amazing venue at the FAU Theater. Is that what they
The
call it?
auditorium, yeah.
It's a huge, mighty spicy situation. So, and I also want to bring up real quickly. Remember when we were talking about Monday Night Football and about how the Jets and Bills game was going to be the biggest? And I told people put your commercial in, and I showed you the numbers yesterday. 22.4 million people watched the game.
Biggest ever in ESPN.
And it wasn't
history.
even close. 15% more viewership than any sports Monday night game in the history of the NFL,
Including the Super Bowl, right?
including some Super Bowls. Wasn't the number one event, but it was sure as hell close. And it goes to show you how New York City can turn the world upside down by doing things either good, better, or indifferent. But I said to you, Monday Night Football is the way to get your program out there.
Sure.
And we want to thank Gore County who stepped forward. They got a phone call. It's an amazing way of saying, hey, I'm here. Let me amplify myself. If you believe in the process, good things happen. 22.4 million. That's more than even I thought was going to happen.
It's incredible.
I recorded that game, by the way. Yeah. Thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks a lot. Yeah, let me tell you something. Be careful what you wish for, because if Hurts gets hurt, I'm going to have posters made in this building.
No, because I'm going to cry.
It's horrible. It's a horrible feeling. And everybody's talking about the jinx. All of a sudden, they're creating, and the Jets are trying really, really hard for that word not to be used. They are trying so hard because they're socializing the hurt with the jinx. The Chicago Cubs, for those of you that don't know, did not win a World Series for a long time. And Chicago was 1 out away from going to the game. And this fan went up and caught a foul ball, interfered with the guy that would have, if he had caught that foul ball, they would have gone to the World Series. Or win it, Josh?
No, they were going to the. I don't remember.
But that guy was run out of town. Him and his family, they were burning crosses and throwing mocktail
my
cocktails
gosh.
and everything else into his house. How sick. Bill Buckner, when the ball went through his legs in the 1986 World Series,
Wow.
the Mets and Bill Buckner, and the Mets won the World Series. That thing right there. And
The guy
that
with the hat.
the guy with the hat
Oh,
went for the foul ball, and the guy with the glove, if he had caught that foul ball, I think they would have gone to the World Series. How'd you find that, by the way? And the funny thing is, no, not so funny, is that he had to leave Chicago because of that incident. They threatened his family with violence and stuff. But it goes to show you, sports is tremendous. And that picture of Rodgers on the floor is the #1 thing on social media right now, which is so sad.
So sad because I didn't even realize this. Did you hear about the flood in Libya?
5,000 people dead? Yeah.
10.
Or it's 10?
10,000 people dead in Libya. You talk about what happened in Libya, and then you see what's going on in Morocco.
It's horrible.
You know,
It's
what
horrible.
you know what I'm saying?
And the funny thing is that the conflict in Libya is not going to let, and nobody's going to go in there to help.
Turkey's already going in.
Or Turkey gets away with it, but nobody else will follow, because Libya, with the Russians in there and America and everybody else fighting in there for the rock, everybody in there is suffering. And
They had
it's
2
just,
dams burst that haven't been maintained in 20, 30 years.
I saw the satellite pictures, and there's a town, and then the next one is all underwater,
all gone.
mud. It's all gone.
You know what I can say? God's like, you really heed my warning.
And in Morocco, they can't get to the people. I told you this the other day.
It's very sad.
Roads are impassable. They need helicopters to go
Very,
in
very
there.
sad what's
We
going
just
on.
need America to realize that it's not just America. America is not just American news; it's world news. Is that what we have to care about?
Well, I mean, how much more can you do? You know, I mean, I know that America is always running to AIDS and stuff like that, but you know, you're talking about certain circumstances and moving equipment and assets around like that when they are required in other parts of the world. It's dangerous, and it's not only dangerous; it's very difficult and time-consuming. Yada yada yada. Did you see the governor of Florida tonight. You can watch it at 8 o'clock with the lady reporter from Washington. And he said that if he's voted president, he's declaring war on the drug cartels of Mexico. And he will bring in the military to shoot on sight. Shoot on sight. I mean, he is not taking any prisoners, and he's going to shoot the drug cartels. So she asked him, well, why do you have a woman with a child? Well, obviously, you're not going to kill a woman with a child. She's not a drug cartel. Really? So if I'm a drug cartel, I just load her up with drugs and let her come across. I mean, you got to think about what it is you're saying. You got to be a little bit more rational to what you say. You're not going to bomb.
I'm not a big fan of this governor at the moment, of some of the rules that he's passed, but we should really be more in control of what's going on with drugs and firearms.
Do you know
in this country.
how difficult it is? I got to tell you,
It's all difficult.
when I was in auxiliary at the 3-4 in Manhattan, I used to walk into the cops' precincts, and I used to talk to the guys, and I used to say, why is it so difficult for you guys to see that the drugs are in the corner? Come here, let me show you. He's a drug addict. He's a drug addict. He's buying it from her. I knew who they were.
Yeah, but now there's a fine line in illegal drugs, what people are taking, prescription medications, legal marijuana. There's all kinds of stuff now that it's hard to...
The biggest problem we have is intent. I cannot arrest you without a reason. I have to Mirandarize you correctly. I have to make sure that I don't make a mistake, because if I make a mistake and she's not guilty and she is, then I get tarnished. There's a lot of things that are going with stopping the drug
It's
trade.
huge. I think the big problem is when kids go out to smoke, and they do. We're not going to stop that from happening.
But isn't that...
It's what it's being laced with,
Yes,
and
but-
what's causing the deaths.
But,
That
okay.
It's not like you're just going out to smoke a joint because
All
kids,
right.
whether you agree or not, they're
But
going to do it.
But let me give you an
But
example.
what's
Let me
being
give you a
cut in it?
question. Somebody has a legal marijuana card and they smoke, and then they get in their car an hour later, 2 hours later, and somebody hits them. And listen to the question before you jump on me. Somebody hits them. They don't hit nobody. And the blood analysis or whatever is done, the blood test, whatever, and it comes back that that person has smoked legal marijuana.
That's always been my fearful thought when I get into the car afterwards, is because I know it's not gonna never be my fault. But if I
Knock
get
on
into
wood.
an accident while I'm,
Are you being held accountable?
yeah, that's the only thing I'm scared of.
But the question is that person held accountable?
There's going to have to be some precedent rulings, because any more than someone gets in an accident and they're on high doses of OxyContin or Percocet that the doctor prescribed, are they held accountable for that? Are you held accountable because alcohol is legalized and you've had 2 drinks? You're not above the limit, but so it's all this slippery slope on unprecedented cases, and that all goes up to our Supreme Court to see where the rulings lie. And
They're
that
the-
all comes down to our governor.
Yeah, but
so.
the Supreme Court is the iceberg of slippery slopes.
That's what I'm saying.
They're so up the war and political. It's either you're red or you're blue up there now. It doesn't make a difference what the land says, what the law says.
I don't know. I don't have an answer. What do you guys think?
But I mean, what do you do? How do you fix something that complicated?
We fix it by looking at cute photos like this. I don't mean to like.
Now let me ask you a question. If you gave every convict a puppy to take care of, would it change them?
I don't see why not.
Think about that.
A service dog?
Somebody to take care of an animal. This was
It
put.
keeps their mind busy on the animal and not other things.
Rikers Island in 1976, 77, they wanted to do this, and it was shot down in New York City. Because they say, rehabbing somebody in jail doesn't work. Because you're surviving to survive. So how the hell can you rehab?
Oh, well, if you look at American jails compared to other jails in Sweden, in Europe, they have correct facilities to reinstate you back into the public. But in America, when you come out of the jail cell, when you're done with your term in there, you're not an American citizen anymore. You don't have your individual rights anymore.
Well-
So that's why they try to throw many minority groups in jails right away for small offensive, like having small pockets of marijuana in their car.
But didn't they just wipe that clean, marijuana deals and all that? Didn't the government say?
I mean, they're getting a lot more easier with marijuana, but we got to watch out with these new parties talking about minority groups coming from Mexico, because it's not bashing the bad people, it's bashing all of Mexico.
Yeah. It's a problem. It's the same difference. Now, you guys don't have children, but when you do, the game is going to change on you, because your kids are going to act just like you are today. Indispensable, indestructible. It ain't going to happen to me, Mom. It ain't going to happen to me, Dad. It ain't not me. Like my son calling today. Now, didn't I have this conversation with him 3 months ago? And he's bringing it to me now? Yeah, I know what you said, but that ain't fair. See, the problem is that life isn't about being fair. It is what it is. And when you have kids, it changes the game on you. Because you see, you guys are learning experience by going through the things you're going
It
through.
even changes when you get married.
But especially, who the hell wants to get married?
'Cause I look how Aaron's changed now. That
I
he's
told you
married.
that. You ain't seen nothing yet, baby.
And they
She's
don't have kids.
Latina.
But I
Hello.
watched the trajectory of his career. I watched the way he processes things. He walks from the metro home because they've got one car. I'm like, you're what?
Yeah, but
It's
there's
110
nothing wrong with
degrees
that.
outside and you're walking?
Nothing wrong with that.
So what he
I gotta
says.
tell you, I saw Chicago Fire last night, and there's a chick on there who's pure Latina, and every time I see her, I tell Linda, and there is the Latina mentality. Michelle's right there. Look at that. Look at the way she oomps everything. You know, there's a thing about men, Latino men being machismo.
I love Ashley. She doesn't own anything. But I like to watch the way Aaron interacts.
That game ain't done yet. You see, women, Latino women, they learn from machismo. There's something called female machismo among Latin women. And they're a little different. And she's going to change Aaron. Wait till the first baby comes along. You watch. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm just going to look back and
I
say,
haven't seen her change,
salt
but
for my popcorn, please.
I've seen my son change. She's lovely, but I've watched Aaron change.
Everybody's lovely. It has nothing to do with lovely.
Ashley's great.
And God help you guys who fall in love with a Hispanic Latino man. That's all I got to say.
Your boyfriend Latina? Curly?
No, he's Italian, but I was entangled with a Colombian
Entangled.
this one time, and yeah,
How was that entanglement?
awful. He made
Was
want
it
to pull my
entangling?
hair out.
Although I've heard
Too much energy.
Israeli men can be tough also. I've heard.
I wasn't on the camera.
Yeah.
Oops.
I've heard. I do not know. Anyway, you ready to wrap this up?
Now you got me all juiced up.
Why, you want to date an Israeli man?
No. I just want to sit back and watch it when they do. When they go to the Latino. Because you're in Florida, so 9 out of 10 men are going to be Latino based somehow.
Do you know, Grace was telling me she did not have internet in her house growing up.
No, I didn't.
So when we keep telling her to do social media, she's like, what?
Well, like I understand it, and like I understand the strategy really well. But when it comes to like the technical parts, like if you watch on the computer, I'm so not confident. Cause like I lived in the middle of nowhere. Like it was called a jetpack, and like Verizon had it, and we had this growing up. But we only had 10 gigs of internet, and my dad used it for work.
For work.
So like if I wanted to do homework and stuff, like I spent a lot of time at school, after school, doing my homework because my house didn't have internet, or I'd have to go to like a Panera, which was like 30 minutes from my house,
That's incredible.
to like do homework. So
Do you like the internet?
Yeah, but like when I go home, like I get really frustrated because my calls don't go through, or like I was saying, like
You
when I
told
went
us.
home, like you all thought I was kidding. My phone doesn't work when
You don't have a
I'm at home.
landline either?
We got rid of it, but.
In the middle of nowhere?
Yeah. I mean, like, when I moved here, Comcast went down our street. So now, like, we have internet, but it's still not good.
Here.
When I turned 18 and
Right.
moved to college, like, the first 18 years of my life, we didn't have internet in our house.
Where did you move from?
The Christmas tree farm.
Yeah, in Maryland.
Okay, so you went from middle of nowhere with the Christmas tree farm
To Boca.
to here in Boca that had no Comcast for 18 years?
Yeah.
No,
So, like-
Boca had it. Comcast went to her house as soon as she moved out.
Yeah,
So
so,
now her
like,
parents have it, but Sheen didn't have it growing up.
Oh,
But, like,
oh.
I have internet, but I don't have
You like
service.
how I have to explain things to him? Dad, listen.
So you didn't have any internet here in Boca either.
No, she
No, I did. When I moved here, it was like, oh my god, I have free reign to the internet. Like, I don't have to monitor what I'm like.
But don't you have a phone?
Yeah.
Doesn't it have 5G,
Yeah.
4G,
But like, it didn't-
3G?
I had data, but I only had so much data.
On your phone.
Yeah, so
And
like,
then it wouldn't work.
yeah, it would stop working after I had for the longest time I had like 10 gigs of data, so I'd have to like turn my data off.
So I have a blue wire over there. I'm gonna Ethernet your computer so you could hello.
Well, like,
It'll be my gift for your
Now-
birthday.
You think so?
No?
I feel like you misunderstood the conversation. Shall we start again?
Why? I understand the conversation. I'm glad that she now has internet.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give her a birthday gift. I'm gonna let her internet all she wants.
Sorry, your birthday's tomorrow. Casey's Sunday. Am I missing anyone else's birthday along the
Yes,
way? You just
Amazon.
had one.
Amazon.
Was yesterday.
Amazon came all down
Josh
up
had
beside
his,
us.
you had yours, and Grace's in February. So I think we're good on this room. You and I don't
No,
go
there's
till
somebody
March.
missing. Shorty had one.
Yeah, he had one.
Who had one? Who else is left?
They're all Christmas babies.
What about Stealth, Remy?
Ramin, she had one also, remember?
She
It was
had
right
one?
around Elisa's, and they went out drinking together.
She's on the 22nd. I was on the 25th.
So are you still drinking heavily?
I'm a
Jesus.
okay. I'm a beer girl now. I try not to
What?
do liquor. I'm a beer girl.
No, you don't want to be beer.
I'm a beer girl.
You know what happens when you drink too much beer? You
Well, you
begin,
get a
you
gut,
begin
but-
to your face swells, your nose swells. Not good.
I don't think so. She's going to do Avram's hair.
Yeah.
That'll be
Drunk?
a TikTok moment. No, here.
I'll prepare the
Here.
beer for her. So what kind of beer you like?
I like Yinglings, Coronas, and Heinekens, and I'll have a Miller Lite if it's
And she
there, but I
knows.
don't prefer it.
Do you like a kamikaze? You know
never
what that
had
is?
one.
So you take your beer and you put it in a tall glass. And you take 2 chopsticks and you put a shot, and you tip the shot into the beer. And
Oh, like an Irish car bomb,
yeah,
kinda.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, fine. She knows her drinks.
I do.
I'm gonna show you shotgun. You know shotgun? Tall boys. You drink tall boys.
Yeah.
Make a hole in the bottom.
We are not shocked.
And
I'm not shotgunning.
See how much you really like beer.
I still have a good margarita though, but I like Yinglings a lot.
It's funny. The only time I really like beer
There you go.
is when we go to the ball game. Yeah, there you go.
My roommate loves those.
You
every
like the
time we
dark
go.
beer like that?
I do.
The malt, or you
I
like
do.
the dark, Josh? I don't like the dark.
When I went to
I'm
the
not a big beer
UK,
person.
I went to the UK. They give you pints of beer for like $1. And this guy challenged me to a game of chess. I think I tell you this story. And I
And it was
beat him.
warm.
It was hot. Forget warm. I beat him. I drank this bad boy down. I didn't know what I was doing. And I beat him, and he was their champion. Oh my God. They had to escort me out. They were going to blow me up.
I will say a good thing. You get Guinness, you put it on a stovetop, and you mix it with sugar and salt and make it very syrupy.
Watch out.
And then you mix it with whiskey. Oh, that is good.
How good is it, John?
It's the whiskey mix.
Uh-huh. You remember the last time you had that?
No.
Did you ever have it?
Oh, yeah. No, I had it, but it was like 2 years ago.
Were you
2
blacked
years ago.
out?
No. I wasn't
Weren't you
blacked
drinking that with military?
out. No.
No?
Anyone talk to? Oh, he went back to school, right?
Georgia.
He's in my fantasy league.
Is he?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's doing pretty good.
Did he get to back to school?
I have not talked to him about going to school, though.
Yeah, we send him a recommendation for Georgia University.
How was your class last night?
It was good.
Are you teaching yet?
No, I feel bad, though.
Yeah. Why? Here we go. This kid, man.
You gotta
I-
see his whole
um,
face back there.
No.
why are you feeling bad?
Because she goes, amazing work, Josh. And then she goes to the next person and she goes, you see how Josh's photo does this?
I hate that.
I hate it too.
I hate when that happened to me in school. I forgot to bring my homework once in, and everybody got an F that didn't, and they passed me. And the guy after me says, "Wait a minute, he didn't get an F. Why are you giving me an F?" She says, "'Cause he's never done that before. You do it every other week." So they compare you. Oh, they put you in a bad spot in class. You're gonna have to change class, but you're gonna have to get
Well,
another.
another thing that happened, that was yesterday's class. On Monday's class, I let the teacher know that one of the articles that I couldn't get to because it said error every time I tried to open it. And she sent an email out saying, hey, this article now is available for PDF, thanks to Josh.
Oh God.
Which means no one else could open it, but they weren't going to tell her they couldn't open it.
Basically, yeah.
Josh, you are the TA mark man.
Yeah.
You should invite your class here.
Oh, yeah.
Baxton's one of them.
Invite your whole class.
Oh, yeah, no.
And let's see what we can do. Now, of course, that's going to make your life even more unbearable because she's going to say, Josh, what should we do today? What should we teach today? Would you like to do it?
Ready to wrap this up?
Yes, because your OCD,
We got
you're in
Megan
a
coming
hurry.
in.
All right, let's go.
It's almost 11. We're
I did
midday in
that.
an hour.
I wanted to hear the girls sing.
Midday.
I think we should do a segment on the show. The Temptationesses.
Let's do it.
Wasn't the Temptations like 3 ladies that sang?
Temptations.
Yeah. Oh, what were the women?
The
The
Supremes.
3 women. The Supremes. The Supremes. So they could be the Supreme
Diana
Ice
Ross
Cream
and the
Scoops or
Supremes.
something. Yeah.
Supremes Ice Cream Scoops. We'll see you in the midday
Change
show,
the name.
everyone. Have a great morning. We'll
No
see you a little bit.
creativity over here, ladies
You
and
can't
gentlemen.
call them the Ice Cream Scoops.
I can call them anything I want. Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughter at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.